If I had to start my music career over from scratch in 2025, this is what I would do because most musicians are still trying to build their careers like it's 2012. They're spamming links, begging for playlist placements, praying for a record label to come and save them, and that's why they're stuck. Some of you are stuck on that content treadmill. Some of you are posting and you're just not seeing the results you want. Some of you have even tried ads. You've tried a whole bunch of things, but these things just aren't working. And so in this video, I really want to cover what works, what doesn't. If you've been watching this far, you know that we're on day 27 of this 30-day challenge to blow up a song. But before we dive into the data and all those strategies I'm doing, I want to share and dial it back even further, because if I had to start from absolutely zero in 2025, I wouldn't waste my time doing what 90% of artists are doing out there and what some of these gurus are even telling you to do, because the game has changed and it's going to continue to keep changing. And if you don't play by the new rules, you're going to get left behind. Okay. With AI and everything that's happening, like things are just changing. And just even the last, we're on day 27 days, I've been promoting my music. We've gotten thousands of more streams. Like, wait until you see what has happened. I'm just going to give you the secret. Streams have shot up and the budget has gone down a little bit. Like that's all I'm going to say. And we've gotten more views, comments, likes, shares, playlist ads. But if you're starting your career from scratch, here is my 4-step plan to get you started. Okay. And step 1 is create great music. The foundation of a successful music career is great songs. You've heard me say this before. Great marketing only makes bad songs fail faster. And when I start with great music, I would suggest a 5-song EP. I think 10 songs is way too much. I think you should write 10 to 20 songs, like write that, at least that many, record the best 5. Okay. Record the best 5. Find a great producer, not an engineer, that will actually produce the song, meaning they'll help transform your idea or your demo into a hit, okay? And not just be a yes man or a yes woman who just hits record but doesn't even challenge you, okay? You want someone challenging you on the song before you step into the booth. We want you rewriting, reworking the song before you even hit record, before even maybe an instrument is picked up. We're working on the lyrics. We're working on the melodies, right? Because, when you're even in the booth, sometimes I find myself like, we're still rewriting stuff. We're editing words down. Oh, that doesn't feel right. Instead of like forcing a rhyme or forcing a lyric, I'll have a producer, challenge different things, challenge different melodies. And what's really interesting is I find when I'm in the booth, the first time like singing the song, I'm maybe this confident. But then I sing it a few more times and I get more and more confident. And sometimes the producer will be like, okay, I like what you just did. Let's do more like that. I don't know if you've ever had that. You're recording the booth. The producer's like, okay, that's the one. Give me more like that, because I'm just more confident. I know the lyric. Maybe I just wrote it and I'm reading it off, what we just wrote together. Sometimes I'm writing in the studio trying to change the word, right? So it fits better. But then my performance comes off stronger. And this happens after more takes and more just reps in the studio. You're going to get better. You're going to become a better songwriter. So I want to encourage you, man, like this isn't an overnight thing. You don't just become the best overnight. Like I've written, I don't know, thousands of songs now, right? And I'm still getting better. I'm still learning. And I used to think, oh, my first album is going to be the best one, or this one. No, it was actually the 4th or 5th one that finally blew up. And so I want to encourage you, just enjoy the journey. Sure, if your first song just crushes, that's great. And guess what? If you work with a producer that is actually going to produce the song instead of just hit record and let you just do whatever you want, you're going to get a much better song. And so you got to find a producer. Well, how do you do that, Chris? Good question. Go on Spotify and find all the artists that you like, and you like the mix, you like the songwriting, you like the performance, and click on the 3 dots beside the song, and it'll say view song credits, and find out who that producer is. If you can't find them on Instagram, find them on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, hunt them down and reach out to them. And I'll tell you this, You're way better to spend more on a producer and get a great song than just trying to cheap it out and just get whoever it is, you know what I mean? To just like record and produce the song. Like you want someone amazing, because one of the things that I hear as a curator, I'm a curator on Submit Hub and Playlist Push and the different playlist streaming companies. Some of the songs I hear, it's just like I can hear the confidence isn't there. It's like the idea is there, but just the confidence isn't coming through. The melody's not fully there. It's just not fully dialed in yet. So go find an amazing producer, work with them, and maybe do one song with this producer, do a song with that producer, and over there, and like see which one crushes it. Like sometimes, like we sign up with a producer to do like a whole album or a whole record. It's like no, don't do that. You're so much better to do just like one or two with one producer, 1 to 2 with another one, and then do one more with somebody else, and then find out who your guy or your gal is. I actually just worked with a female producer for the first time this year. We've done a bunch of songs together, so there's a lot more females in the game, which is amazing. Put some fire emojis for all the female producers out there. Step number 2 is document the process. Shouts out to Gary Vaynerchuk. You want to master short form content, but you want to document the process while you're in the studio, while you're writing. Start getting your shots up on social media. You can create your profile right now. You don't even have to have music done yet. Let people know you're working on it. It's coming. I can't wait to hear it. Here's what we recorded today. Here's a little snippet. Hit play. Here's the struggles. Here's the writing process. And that way you're building a relationship with your fans, and you're building that familiarity. You're building that trust. You're building your audience, so that when you do have a song that comes out, people will actually care, and even more established artists, and I have to watch out for this. Like we're so used to like, okay, we record in the studio, we do all this work, and then we're like, it's here, go buy it. It's here. I didn't tell you anything, but it's here. Now go buy it. Just go be like a little, I don't want to say pawn, but like, we treat, it's like disrespecting fans almost in a sense. You know what I mean? It's like welcome them into a process. Go behind the scenes, and build that audience. Step number 3 is, let's say you've got it done. You got all these songs done. Do not just go and release a whole EP at once. Okay. That's what I did in 2001. And again, my name's Chris, also known as Manafest. We got over 130 million streams. We got over 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Had a song in the Olympics last year, NFL, NHL this year. And just love coaching other artists. Okay. We got the Spotify challenge coming up next month. 5 days straight of training and Q&A. The links are below. But finishing step number 3 here is, don't just release them all. Release them all as singles leading up to the album. Now, some people are saying the Spotify waterfall strategy is dead. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But release one song at a time. I don't care if those are all 4 singles, and then you bundle all 5 of them onto an EP. I don't see anything wrong with that. Some people who do the waterfall where you release one song, and then you release a second song, and then you release the first one with it. Then you release a third single, but you release the last 2, and then the 4. I don't like doing it that way. I like doing like 4 singles, and then the 5th one has all of them. Then another 4 singles, and then 10 songs on the album are all on it, right? That's how I like to do the waterfall strategy, right? But we want to do singles 3 to 4 to 5 weeks apart, 6 weeks apart, depending on how much it's done, right? But it's about the quality. It's about you focusing on each song and really promoting it. Remember, when it's called a single, normally a single back in the day would go to radio. I'm not telling you to go to radio. Would get a music video. I'm not telling you to do a music video. Would get a lyric video. You should at least do a lyric video. 100% you should be doing 20 to 30 social media posts, short form content. And if you're in the studio recording, documenting, you should have all that ready, right? But if it's a single, that means it's on its own. It does, like, think of it as a movie release, all right? All the things that Hollywood does for a movie, you do that for a single. All this energy to that song. That's why it's a single. It's standalone. If it's not good enough, well, then why is it a single? If you're not that stoked on it, then why did you record it? Maybe you just hold off that one. Maybe that's a bonus song. And again, this is why I told you to record 20 or write, 20 to 30 songs and pick the best 5. This is also why, like, I'm telling you to work with, the best producers you can find and work with different ones so that you can find like what if you recorded with all three producers and you're like, dang, this one producer like killed it. And then you're like, dang, these other ones, like they did okay, but this guy, and you might even want to take those songs and be like, dude, I wrote these with these guys, but can you reproduce this? Can you remix, or can we do some more? Right? Because you're like, you'll realize like, oh my gosh, like not every producer is at the same level, like with the mix, the songwriting, and just the overall song. And it's a real wake up call. So I really challenge you to work with different people. Okay. I was spoiled very early on I've just worked with amazing people, but then I branched out more and I realized, wow, like, not every producer is the same. Okay. So, anyways, step 4, before you start running ads, okay, because again, this challenge is all about running ads. You want to make sure you've optimized your profile on Spotify and your social media. Like, you want to have a bio, you want to have photos up there. So, I was just talking to an artist on a one-on-one yesterday, and I'm like, hey, man, people want to know you. Like, I thought this picture of you on the cover might have been you, but it wasn't you. There's no photos of you. I want to get to know you. I want to get to like you and trust you and stream your music, but I don't know you. There's no Spotify video canvases on your songs. And if you don't know what those are, when you play a song on Spotify, especially on your app, right? On the phone here, if I can pull this up, and if I play one of my songs, like Save You here, there's a video that's playing. Okay. So you want to have that 3 to 8 second Spotify Canvas video, and you add that in your artist.spotify, but you better have all that before you start running ads, because if we're spending money for people to discover us, there should be things for them to discover. Okay. If there's no bio, it's like, I can't go deep with you, and like, do I know if you're a real artist? I can't find your social media page. You're not on YouTube. There's no lyric video. There's nothing that I can connect with you on. There's no content. And it's like, we want to build this fan base. We want to build these followers, and, we want to run ads. We want to market, but then there's no substance. There's nothing for them to follow, and it's like, okay, you want to have a website. Okay. Yeah, sure. Have a website, but what's the point of the website? Like, what's the point? Okay. Are you going to have merch, tour dates? How about album coming soon or EP coming soon? Put your name and email here and download 3 songs now, unreleased songs. Start building up that email list. But won't that spoil the release if I give the songs away early? Nobody cares, and nobody even knows you exist. Give it away early. It is not going to hurt anything. The problem isn't that, you're going to leak the songs. Leak them to who? No one even knows you or I exist. I have 500,000 monthly listeners. I could name 10 artists right now that have 1 million monthly listeners, and you've never heard of them. You could probably name 10 artists that have 1 million or more monthly listeners, and I might not have ever heard of them. And this is the idea that, like, we think, we're bigger than we are. It's like, no, man, the problem is nobody even knows we exist. There's so much distraction, fear, politics, garbage going on, and we got to break through that noise. If you're a rock artist, I'm a rock artist. We're not competitors. I also do some hip hop for TV and film. If you do that as well too, we're not competitors. Whether you're country or whatever, the other genre, we're not in competition. Our competition is the Crazy Cat videos. It's Trump and all the political and crazy stuff going on. All right. And I'm not like against Trump or whoever. I'm not necessarily for him or anyone, you know what I'm saying? But the point is that, like, just that news. You know who I am against, though? I'm against CNN. I'm against Sly as a Fox, constant negative news. I'm against any news outlet because it's all propaganda and trash. But we'll just put that down for the side here and stay focused. But again, like, that's what we're up against, is all this fear news, right? And other people's things, bloggers, vloggers, you know what I mean? All that stuff. It's not artists. Yes, you hear that 100,000 songs are uploaded daily, but 0.1% of them are actually marketed and promoted, right? Like, they're nobody is doing what, like, majority of people are not doing what I'm about to teach you with these ads. Okay. And so you just need to get known, which leads me to step number 5, which is run ads to promote your best performing content. If you're posting on social media, right, and you're like, okay, this is my single, this is the one that I'm promoting right now, well, then we want to start running ads to it. And that's what this whole 30-day challenge has been about. I had a song that was only getting 63 streams a day, and we've blown it up with ads. We wanted to see if we could, and we have. And I started running Facebook and Instagram ads to a Spotify playlist to blow this song up. And I had to stay focused on it. And I took 2 days off, so it's good to be back. We're going to finish this thing out strong. This is day 27. Then we got 3 more days left. And but what's been extraordinary is all the things that have happened along the way because I stayed focused. And so first thing I want to show you and share my screen, I hope this has been super valuable, is I want to share Spotify. Let's start with Spotify here. And let me just pull up this playlist. Okay, let me share my screen. So I'm running ads to this playlist. This is Manafest. It has all my songs on it. Okay. And the song I've been promoting is Help. That's why it's number 1 on the playlist. And when I started promoting this playlist, it only had 1,700 saves. Go watch the first video. You'll see it only had 1,700 saves. So we've gotten 700 more followers to this playlist. Okay. This song Help is the one that was only getting 63 streams a day. And again, this is the link here where copy link to this playlist. That's what I ran in my ads. That's the link that they're going on to click and listen to these songs, right? And not just this song got streams, but all these songs got more streams. But only the top 10 will show up in Spotify for artists. So let me share my screen now and show you my artists.spotify.com. And so let's go to home. And as we can see here, 172 people are listening to my music, 171. It goes up, it goes down, but that's great. But I'm going to click on music, and I'm going to click on and search for my song Help. So here's the song. This is the last 28 days. Look at this. We started at even less than this. We jumped up to 92, all the way to 719. To 847, to 1,037, to 1,300 streams a day. Look at the saves. Holy smokes, up to 180 a day. Playlist ads. Okay, people adding it to the playlist. 96. It looks like our highest point was 107. Okay, in the last 28 days, we've had 17,000 streams. So remember when I said I was only getting 63 streams a day? So let's do 17,424 divided by 28. That's about 622 streams a day average. People are listening to this song at least 3 times. That's awesome. So that means I'm making 0.009 cents per fan. Getting rich here, right? So that's awesome. If we click on playlists, we can see that let's go the last 7 days. In the last 7 days, 938 streams have come from me, but now the algorithm is kicked in. We got 256. Let's add this up. 256 plus 185 plus 69 plus 48. That's 558 streams plus the DJ 22 and 2, so another 30 plus 30. Okay, so 588 streams have come from the algorithm in the last 7 days. So about half. So I drove a little less than half, and now the algorithm is giving me streams. Like, this is what we wanted. This is the goal, right? Is to get, like, I drove all the streams, so this is Manafest playlist, but now Discover Weekly is like kicking in hard. Let's take a look at this overview so you can kind of see. Let's go the last 12 months. Look at this. 100 streams a day, 77, 74, and then look at this spike. Whoa. Look at that. Bam. 1,300 streams. So now let's go in my music, and let's click on songs, and let's go last 24 hours. And Help is in my top 10 officially. Come on. Come on. Clap that up, man. Clap that up. Come on. Do you remember? If you go watch the other videos, the other days, we were in the top 80. We took a song that was in my 80th, like way up there, and we brought it to the top 10 in under 30 days. You can do this. You can do this. If you need help doing this, come to my Spotify challenge. We'll help you set it up, answer your questions, or book a one-on-one with me. Okay, I'll put the links below this video, but like we took a song that was literally doing nothing and we freaking blew it up. 1,300 streams a day. Now, what's really cool is I haven't even been spending that much money on ads. And I want to show you the ads. We've been using Hypeddit to set up the ads, and then Facebook Ads Manager to manage the ads. But let me just share my screen here and show you. So yesterday, this one is crushing it, 24 cents a click. And we're spending like 53 bucks a day on that one. We spent 107 Canadian yesterday. So 107 Canadian is $64. Oh my gosh, we haven't even spent 100 a day and we got to 1,300 streams. Okay. And so what's happening today? Okay, so 35 cents, 40 cents. So this one is costing me a lot. Let's go the last 7 days. The last 7 days, okay, 27 cents. That's great. So it came up a little bit probably because I spent more. 39 cents, 46 cents. So this one's costing me the most. Okay, this guy's costing me the most. And so what I'll probably do is let's just see what we spent yesterday. So yeah, this one's still cheaper than that one. So we spent 40 bucks yesterday on that one. And so you can see I've really dialed the budget back. We spent 21 on that one. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull the budget from this one. Okay, and I'm starting to dial the budget back. Now we're going to go to 15. And I'm only going to give this an extra $2. Okay, because the clicks are cheaper. And I'm probably going to give more and more to this one right here. I already bumped this budget up. So look, we spent $45. We're up to $53 a day. And so I just want to do small increments because I don't want to jack this cost. Whoops. I don't want to jack that cost per click up because that's good, man. Like 35 cents a click Canadian. What is that American? That's 21 cents. That's great. We could definitely get it cheaper, but like 21 cents is scalable, as you can see. And we took a song from 63 streams a day to 1,300 streams a day. Now, what's really interesting, and I'll have to show this in another video, maybe what I'll do is once this challenge is done, maybe I'll do like a weekly live thing and just do different updates if that'll help. And I hope that does help. Let me know in the chat. Make sure you leave comments, subscribe, share. But to see what happens after the 30 days, because I'll show you, I've opted that song in to Spotify discovery mode. Okay, and I want to show you this. Spotify discovery mode. And if we go into campaigns and we click on discovery mode, look, get heard. Discovery mode can help your music get heard in the areas of Spotify where listeners are most open to discovery. Okay, it sparks repeat listeners. On average, artists see a 50% in saves, 44% rise in playlist ads, and 37% more followers in the first month. Okay, and look, 4 days left to edit discovery mode. And I had to add my song Help, okay, because I had opted it out, because in the data it was showing me that Spotify discovery mode wasn't like doing anything for that song. But the reason it wasn't doing anything for that song is because there was no data. Okay, so let me just show you this metrics. So look at this popularity score for this song Help. Okay, let's take a look at the popularity score for this song. Look at this. Music stacks. Click on Help. Wow, 31%. Max popularity, 41%. So it was below 25. We jumped it up to 27, all the way up to 30%. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. Max popularity was 41%. All right, so that's huge. We bumped that up really high. What's also interesting is take a look at the YouTube views. Okay, let's look at the YouTube views. Let me share my screen. Do I have that ready for you? I do. So I wasn't running ads to YouTube, but let's search my channel, Help, music video, analytics. Let's go the last 90 days. Oh, would you look at that? Wow, in August, all of a sudden we shot up to 60 to 75 streams. Do you think that was just a coincidence? I think not. I think not. And I know for a fact that it's because we started running ads. Okay. And look where all the traffic's coming from YouTube search. Okay. Last 30 days. Okay. YouTube search. Incredible, right? And now hopefully YouTube will start suggesting it. That's where it gets really powerful, when YouTube starts suggesting it, or the browse features. But you know what I probably need to do? I need to get a better thumbnail on this. If I'm getting all this traffic on here, I'm going to give you guys a little tidbit. Click on details and I scroll down here. I need to click here and I need to do a test and compare, and I need to split test different thumbnails, because I bet you I can get a better thumbnail for that video. Definitely can. Definitely can. So we're at about 25 minutes. There's one other thing I wanted to show you. And again, I hope this is really, really inspiring. But let's open up artist.apple.com and take a look at the Shazams and what's happening with the song on Apple. And again, remember, I'm not running ads to Apple Music or to iTunes. I'm not running ads to YouTube. I'm running them to Spotify. But the thing is, on Facebook and Instagram, people are just listening to music all over the place. And so they're responding to the ad and they like the song. And so they're looking it up. So if I share my screen again, I want to show you this. I literally just pulled this up. This is the home page. Look at this, milestones. Help. Hit 1,000 all-time Shazam count. Let's click on that. Okay. Look at this. Look at this spike for help. And then look at this spike. Whoomp. 581 Shazams. Is that not crazy for help? Like, just boom. Right? And let's not go lifetime. Let's go last 8 weeks. So we can see if it'll show us this spike. Look at that. Look at that. Help, 14 Shazams, and then 581. Like, just through the freaking roof, right? Like, you can see it right here. Look at this. 5,236% increase, right? Like, that's freaking gangster, dude. That's like awesome. I love this stuff. Took a song that was like if it wasn't working, right? Like, if the song sucked, people aren't going to Shazam it. If the song sucked, they're not going to go to YouTube and search it. So, like, obviously, like, I love teaching, I love coaching you, but obviously it pats my ego a bit to be like, okay, my music doesn't suck. Okay, good. People actually like it, because I'm not just making it for myself, and you're not making your music just for yourself. So if you believe in your music, start running ads. Come to our Spotify 5-day challenge, or if you can't make it, there is replays, or pick up this book. This is literally the step-by-step strategies on how to build a playlist, how to run ads. There are 2 case studies in here, one for my rock song and one for a hip-hop song, different than help. I just thought I'd do this live right here. Maybe I'll add this as a case study later on, but that is literally step-by-step. You can get this on Amazon. You can get the physical copy or the audio book, or you can get it off our website. I'll put the links below. But, like, don't just be addicted to education and allergic to execution. Like, execute on this. Get in the game. God's been calling you to something great. You have big dreams. Okay, let's get out of the dream arena and let's get into the action arena. I know maybe you've been burnt before. I know what it's like to waste money. I know it's scary. But that's why Joshua 1:8 says, be strong and courageous, be strong and courageous. Stop thinking about, well, what if it doesn't work? What if it does? And you're never like losing, you're investing. You're growing, you're learning, you're always going to get better, But what got you here is not going to get you there. All right? So we've got to start thinking bigger. It's not that these artists are more talented than you and I, but sometimes their think is 5 to 10 times bigger. And that's why I do hire coaches. I'm a music marketing educator. I hire other music marketing educators. I learn from them. Why do you think I interview someone? I'm always learning. I'm always growing. I don't believe a coach deserves to coach unless they have a coach. And so, invest in yourself. Get your music out there, right? Because if you don't work hard on your dreams, you're always going to be hired by somebody else to work on theirs. All right. And so we got to get your music working for you. The reason I'm able to make these videos right now is because I've marketed and I've promoted my music for years. I used to tour my face off. I don't anymore. I haven't played a show in 5 years. But 184 people are listening to my music on Spotify right now. How many are listening on Apple Music, on YouTube? How many people could be listening to your music? What's it going to be like when you're making $10,000 plus passively from your music? All right. Because it's not just about Spotify. There are other income streams, right? There's many different income streams. And, we focus on Spotify. Why? Because that's just where the majority of the fans are. You can hate all you want about their payouts, and I hear all the ruckus. That's where all the fans are. That's where the biggest market share is. And that's who's paid me the most over the years. Like straight up, they paid me the most, right? And so I want to grow my fan base where there is an ecosystem, right? It's kind of like you're not going to grow your social media on Vine, or MySpace anymore, because that's not where the fans are as much. Sure, there's a smaller amount, but like Spotify just has more fans. But the cool thing is we're marketing on Facebook and Instagram. And if fans don't have Spotify, they'll go look you up on YouTube. They'll go look you up on Amazon. They'll look you up, on Deezer or wherever they listen to music. But like, it's not about the best song winning. It's the best known song. And you'll never know if your song is good enough unless you try. The reason I quit my job so many years ago, and this is, about 20 plus years ago, I quit my job to do music full time, is because I didn't want to be wondering the rest of my life. What if? There's two pains you can go through in life. You can go through the pain of just hard work and struggling and failing. And you know what? You're going to go through those anyways. Or you can go through the other worst pain, which is the pain of regret, wondering and wishing. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. You know what I'm saying? And so I hope this pushes you over the edge to take action. Whether you work with me or somebody else, I just wish you the best. Love you, praying for you, believe in the best for you. I want to remind you that a fighter isn't someone who never fails. A fighter is someone who never quits. Make sure you watch this next video for the next one in the series. And I hope I see you on the next Spotify challenge.